Let us look at our next topic, free goods. The topics we'll be covering, they are the overview of the free goods. We'll talk about the inclusive and exclusive free goods, and we'll also talk about the calculation rule in the free goods. So let us understand first what is free goods. Now this is a very common example in a lot of different businesses, that if they're selling a product, then they might give another product as free. The product that they're giving as a free can be the same product, or that can be a different product. Now there's one part of it that we can do it manually. So let me show you in the system that how we can do it manually, that we have seen it before as well. For example, if I open any existing order, so here you can see this is item drum 81. If I want to, within this item, I want to provide another item as a free. So what I do is I will enter that item. It can be same item, it can be different item. Just say drum 80. We want to provide free. For example, one piece we want to provide free. And here what we need to do is we need to manually change the item category so that system doesn't count the price for the free goods. So if I open the item categories here we need to find TANN, and there are some other item categories as well that we can use as well. So there's a one TANN, which is the most commonly used one, and there's some other S4 HANA specific ones for free goods. So once you select that, system will then make this item as free. It will not count the price for this item, it will only count the price for the first item. But if you want to automate this, then we need to set up the free goods master data. So let's go back to the slide. So here you can see, for example, in this example, if just take the example of cartons, one carton of eggs. So for every 5 carton, we want to provide one free carton as free goods. So this is example of inclusive. Inclusive is mainly used. Let me show you the next slide. What is the difference between inclusive and exclusive? Now inclusive is mainly used where the same product is given as a part of the free goods. For example, we're selling eggs, we'll provide egg as free. But for example, there can be another example of exclusive. Exclusive means, for example, if our company is selling laptop, then we might provide them as laptop bag as free, or we can provide a mouse or something like that as free to the customer as a part of the laptop. So that's exclusive. Exclusive we mainly use when it's not the same item, it's something different item. Inclusive is mainly used where it's same item. Now there's another part of it. Inclusive also means that for example, if you look at the first picture here, for example, if the customer orders 5 pieces of eggs, then system will automatically make one free and will make automatically change 5 to 4. So for example, if you enter 5 quantity in the sales order item, and system will read the free goods master data, and free goods master data is saying for every 5 piece make it one free, but it's inclusive. So what system will do, inclusive means system will change 5 to 4 automatically and make one as free. And even if you enter the quantity as 10, 20, it will do it on the proportional quantity, it will make it free. The second example that you can see on the right hand side, this is example of exclusive. But in this one, system doesn't, one thing is that you can see, for example, for 5 pieces of eggs, one duck is free, or other example is when we sell a laptop, for every laptop there is one mouse free, for example. But this one you can notice that here system will not change the quantity. For example, for 5 eggs, one duck is free, then system will not change 5 to 4. So that means total quantity will become 6, 5 plus 1, even though the second quantity is something else. It can be same, it can be something else. That's up to us. But the main thing is that in the first one, the total quantity will remain the same as per the order quantity. in the as a part of inclusive, but in exclusive we adding one more quantity on the top of the existing ordered quantity. So we'll see that in the system practically in a minute. And to create them, you can also do it via the Fiori application that I'll show you later on, and also you can use the menu path and use a VBN1 or VBN2 transaction to create it. So let's see in the system. So here, if I go to logistics and sales and distribution, master data, conditions, and here you can see free goods, and transaction code is VBN1. Double click on it. Here you can see the condition type. There's only one condition type available, so select that and press enter. So here you need to enter your sales organization, distribution channel, customer code you can enter. It remembers my last customer code that I used before, and also you can make it validity. For example, valid from this state up to this state. This is something useful. For example, if a company is providing some free offer during some say Christmas time or some festival season, etc. So you can enter a validity time, and system will only consider this during that validity time. So here, let's take the example. If I say product, I already created a product, say product 11 can be something, press enter. Now when you press enter, system will ask you what is the minimum quantity. Minimum quantity is that this free goods is only applicable when this minimum quantity is ordered. For example, I say if the sales order quantity, the item quantity is minimum 20, then only I want to apply this free goods logic. So when the minimum quantity is 20, then I can say for every 100 quantity, say we want to provide additional quantity as 10, for example 10%. Press enter. System is asking for unit of measure. I'll select each. That's it. So if the order quantity is 20, minimum order quantity, then for every 100 piece 10 quantity will be free. In other words, 10%, system is already calculating that 10% is free. That's one thing. Now calculation rule, I'll talk about calculation rule later on. Then free goods. Here you can see select, for example, it's inclusive, it's exclusive, or is inclusive rebate. So rebate we'll discuss later on, but for now it's inclusive and exclusive. You can select that. And the last one is that if I open that, here there are some options here. For example, delivery control for the free goods. So if you leave it blank, that means delivery takes place regardless of the main item. So it doesn't matter if the main item is delivered or not, the free item will be delivered irrespective of the delivery of the first item. Rule number A is delivery only if the main item is partially delivered. B is delivery only if main item is fully delivered. C is delivery if main item is partially delivered only with main item. And the last one is delivery proportional to quantity of the main item. That means system will deliver in proportional ratio. That's it. So if I maintain this and I can save it. Also I can double click on it. Here there is another option. For example, I can create scale pricing. For example, I can create scale. For example, I can say when the order quantity is say 40, then we want for every 100 we want to provide say, or let's make it 200. For example, we want to provide for every 100 quantity we want to provide 15% free. Select each. So you can see now 15%. So you can, this way you can create the scale pricing. Next can be, for example, every 400 quantity, this special discounting and all that. So you can maintain that. So let me save it. Because I entered something here, system is asking me to enter. So let me enter something here. So I'll say for every 400 quantity, minimum order quantity is 400. Then for every 100, we want to provide 20% free and press enter. That's it. So system saved it. I can also go back and come back in again to check that. VBN2, enter, execute that, So here you can see the record that we created for minimum 20, and then we created 20, 200, 400 like that. So okay, so now we're going to create a sales order and test this free goods. So here I'll enter my order type, my sales area, press enter, my sold to party number, I remember the number, I'll type that in here, and customer reference number, I'll say test something. So here if I enter the product or the material code, if I say product 11, press enter. Now as soon as I press enter, system is showing me a warning at the bottom. If I click on the warning, you can see warning is saying that minimum quantity 20 each of free goods has been reached. So that means it's telling me that there is a minimum quantity is 20. For example, if I enter less than 20, let's see what happens. If I say enter 10, again the same message here, but it's a warning message. I can press it and ignore it. So now you can see there is no free goods here system. This is only showing the first line item. But if I manually change it to 20, now system is saying that free goods is determined. Now you can see system is considering, system added another line, which is line number 11 automatically, and saying that because we entered 20, it making the total 20, but what's saying is for 18, 2 is free. So it's like 10% is free, right? So, or if I change it to say 100, it will change it proportionally. Just doing availability check. Okay, so now you can see because I entered 90, it's automatically proportionally making it 10. So total is 100. So if I change it to say the next level for the scale, which is 200, let's see what happens. Doing the availability check, continue. So you can see now the discount ratio is changed. Now it's nearly 15%. It will also round it off. So 170 is 30, like that. So that's how system can automatically calculate this. And if I scroll right, you can also see system automatically find item category for the second item as TANN, which is free item. So that's one example. So if I go back to my record again, BBN2, so what I will do, you can also see here, you can click on exclusive, or if you see exclusive here, that means current setting is inclusive. If I click on it, if you see inclusive here, then this means current setting is exclusive, like that. So if you want to create a record for exclusive, so let me show you. If I say make it exclusive, second one. So as soon as I select the second option, which is exclusive, then it will show you another field here that what free material you want to provide. So I'll keep the same example. Here I will say, now I want to provide a free material as product. I already created product number 2 that I will use. So say this time it will be exclusive, but I want to provide a different product 11, minimum quantity is 20. For every 100 I want to provide 10 free, and the free product will be product number 2. Also the other point you can notice is because now we increasing the quantity, so for every 100 we want to provide 10, but this will be in percentage, it will be 9.09 because this is now not inclusive, it's exclusive. Hope this makes sense. Also you can double click on it and you can maintain this one as well. For now I will just delete the second and the next one. Here you can see, or I can make it exclusive, for example. So same thing, but here we're saying that now it's showing me to enter the product, so I'll say product. Here I can also enter another product. For example, when the quantity is when the minimum quantity is 200, let me find another product. I'll say, just say sheet 1, for example. Sheet 1 I want to provide free, and when the minimum order quantity is 400, then we want to provide sheet 2, for example, like that. So we can also maintain this type of data. Let me save it. Now if I create the order, so I'll enter the same customer, so I'll enter the same product 11, and let me enter quantity, say less than 20, because the minimum order quantity is 20. Again I'll enter 10. System is showing me a warning that minimum quantity is 20 of free good has not been reached. That's fine. I can change it to, say, 100. If I say 100, it's doing the availability check. Okay, so here now you can see there are 2 items now. I entered the first item. Product 11 as 100. System determined automatically the second item as free, which is product 2, and quantity is 10. Now you can see that because it's exclusive, system added on the top of this one. It did not change this one to, like last time change it to 90. Now this is different. So again, if I change it to, say, 200, let's see what happens. You can see now product free is sheet 1, not product 2, because that's how we set up. And this is also proportional. This is now 15% free. And now if I change it to 400, now you can see, now this time the free goods is sheet 2, not sheet 1, and also this is the proportion is now 20%. So system will automatically calculate this when you maintain the free goods master data. And same like before, here you can see the item category is TANN, which is for the free item. So hope this makes sense. So that's how the free goods master data can be maintained. Now the same thing can be maintained via the Fiori application as well. You can create the same order via the Fiori application, and also to maintain the master data for free goods, I can search for the application. There is only one application. If I search for free good, there is only one application. If I click on that, and that's application, now you can notice that this is basically the same, is accessing the GUI application via the Fiori application. So it's the same screen, and this is HTML version of the GUI screen. So you can see exactly same screen, but from the Fiori application. So I can see here, and then I can enter the customer. So you can maintain from here as well. Execute that. So you can see that this is a master data that we maintain. So you can maintain from here as well. So that's how we create the master data. So let us discuss some more details about the inclusive and exclusive free goods types. So when you talk about the inclusive, free goods can be a part of the order quantity not included in the invoice. The ordered goods and the free goods both involve the same material. As I said before, it must be the same product. The quantity units of the free goods and ordered goods must be the same. So that's a condition for inclusive. Now we'll talk about exclusive. Free goods can also take the form of extra goods that are free of charge. These are called exclusive bonus quantities. In exclusive bonus quantities, the extra goods are delivered free of charge and are not included in the invoice. This can be either an additional quantity of the goods order, or it can be another article. So as I said, you can provide, when you talk about the exclusive, you can either provide the same product as free, or you can add another product as free. The exclusive free goods appear in the sales document as a separate free of charge item. Now we'll talk about the calculation rule. Now there are three types of standard rules. One is the rule number one is called pro rata. Rule number two is unit reference to units, and rule number three is whole unit. And also we can also customize our own rule depending on the business requirement. Now all these rules are basically routines. Routines means they are the ABAP coding. So let me show you where these rules are maintained. So if I go to the system, let me exit. So if I browse from here, when you maintain this record, you also have the option for calculation rule. If I open this one, here you can see calculation rule. First one is pro rata, unit reference, and whole unit. Now if I also press F1, you can also see some details in the F1. So there's some examples for how the calculation is done, and as I said before, you can have your own ABAP coding and you can create more rules here as per the business requirement. So by default, system will pick number one, which is the pro rata basis calculation type. But let me show you what the other means when you talk about the rule number two and rule number three. So first is the pro rata. Like as we know, pro rata, depending on the quantity, system will calculate the free goods on a pro rata basis. Second one is as per the unit reference, whatever the unit reference is. So let me show you one example. Let's say you have set up the master data so that the minimum order quantity is 50. So that means minimum 50 quantity when you enter in the sales order item. System will then consider the free goods. And you maintain the order quantity as 100. That means when the order quantity is 100, we want to provide 3 quantity as free. Let's see this example. So let's say the customer order 226 units and you enter creating the sales order for this item. So when you have the setup for rule number one, system will be calculating 7 on the pro rata basis for 226, because for every 100 there's a 3 free. So that means for 226 there will be 6.78 free, and system will round it up or down depending on the numbers. So in this case is round up, and the system will calculate 7 as free when you have the rule number one, which is pro rata. But same setting when you have the rule number two, that means unit related. That means system will calculate 6 here, because system calculates in the units of 200. Since 226 are ordered, it calculates for 200 units. That means it will consider as a multiple of 100. That means for each 100 there is 3 free. For next 100 it will be 6 free. For next 100 it will be another 3 free. So that means for 300 it will be 9 free. But system will not consider if you order for say 226, 248, 229, something like that. So system is only calculating as a whole unit. That's why saying the also known as whole unit. So hope this is clear. So system will only consider if you have 226 or any something 200 something. System always calculate for 200 as a multiple of that of 100. If you have say 300, then it will consider 300. But if you have 303, 304, it will only consider 300. Until you reach 400, then it will consider 400. So in this case, system will consider 6. Same example when you have rule number 3 for the whole unit. Sorry, this is the whole unit 1, this is the unit related. So when you have the whole unit, system will calculate 0, because 226 is not a complete multiple of 100. That means it must be a complete multiple of complete unit of 100. Then only system will consider, otherwise it will make it 0. Hope this is clear. So that's the 3 calculation rules we have, and you can create the rules. You can create a master data and set up all the 3 different rules and test your sales order. So that's all about this. We'll talk about the customizing in the next video. Thank you very much to watch this.